Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Wednesday, September 30th, 2020. And with today being September 30th, that means it is the last trading day of the month. And not only is it the last trading day of the month, it's also the last trading day of the quarter. So what I figured we would look at this morning is what has happened historically on the last trading day of the quarter. And we'll also add some opening criteria to it as well, as we are seeing some weakness in the overnight session. So let me set this up and discover using all four instruments. The setup we're going to be looking at is based upon entering long at the open of regular trading hours, which is 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It'll exit at the close, which is 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. For the opening filter, I'm simply going to use gap down. That just means that we are opening below the prior day closing price. And obviously, we've got a bunch of different ways that you can zone in on this. We could be opening below the prior day low or within the prior day range. You can dig into that on your own if you want. I want to keep as many samples as possible since this is something that only happens 4 times a year. I'm simply just going to use gapping down and not get too specific on it. Then I'm going to go into calendar. And over in the active today section, this tells you what is true for today, and it's also a quick way to just click on something like this last trading day of the quarter and add it to the test. So I just click there, it's added to the test. I'm not going to use any indicators like I normally do with a moving average or something, just because I want to keep as many samples as possible. Now I'm going to hit view results. All right, so here we go. These are the results of going long at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, exiting at the close, 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, when you open below the prior day closing price, and today is the last trading day of the quarter. So historically, dating back to 2003, this combination of this special day and the gap down has happened 31 times in the S&P, 27 times in the NASDAQ, 34 in the Dow, and 29 in the Russell. And if we look at the win rates here, it looks like the S&P coming in a little bit weak. 42% of those days have ended up in a green candlestick. The NASDAQ, 48%. The Dow, 50%, and the Russell, very similar to the ES at 41%. So as a group, just slightly weak, not really weak, but there is a couple of these that have been a little bit more likely to produce a red candlestick, historically speaking. And if we look at the average win to average loss, we do see the average win is larger than the average loss here in the S&P. That is also the case in the NASDAQ and the Russell. The Dow is not the same, so the Dow has a little bit larger average loss than average win, but 3 of the 4 have larger average wins than average losses. And let's go ahead and take a look at this results distribution for the S&P. If I click right there. All right, so here is the results distribution of this back test, and the way this is laid out, you've got trade count on the vertical axis, so the taller the bars, the more frequently they have happened, and then we've got P&L in dollars based upon trading one contract of the ES on the horizontal axis. 0 here dead center. The farther to the extremes that you go, the bigger the move has been. So all the way over here on the left, we've got big losses. Over here on the right, we've got big wins. You can see the big wins and big losses both look pretty similar. But if you look at within the average, the standard deviation, which is the blue highlighted section here, it looks like the most common win is quite a bit larger than the most common losses here. And that is likely why we are seeing the average win being larger than the average losses within this back test. So hopefully you found that helpful. Good luck today, and we will see you next time.